Right, so it's been a while since I've done a video down here, which is probably tantamount to the fact that now that it's dark, I can't come down here on an evening, so this is literally a one day a week, a Sunday sort of project thing now, at least until it gets light again. This is what's left of the hothouse. All the glass and all the windows have gone, lying on that side there, and we don't know if we're going to keep them yet or what we're going to do with them. We can of course grow things under glass, but other than that you can't really use them, and they are gigantic, so that is yet to be determined. This is coming down though, and the reason this is coming down is because, as I've said before, we're going to have a greenhouse on half of the plot that's round by the nursery beds. I remember clearing this all out actually earlier on, and that's gone. The other thing to say, of course, is that if you look over here, you can see we are absent a white currant bush. You know, it was rotten at its base. I have to admit I feel a tiny bit guilty getting rid of it because of the bumper crop that it produced this year, but when half of this came down because of the weight of the fruit, it started going a bit rotten at the base, and the bits in the centre, you can see there already, absolutely hollow. It's old, maybe 15 to 20 years old, and it was going to die. So we did the inevitable and we chopped it down. We do still have our red currant bush, and this gives it more room to grow. The gooseberry bush, you can see, needs pruning, and we don't know whether we're going to get rid of that completely and plant a new one, or if we're just going to cut it back and see what happens. There's a lot in the middle here, you can see, that's not so good. This, you know, it cropped round the outside this year, but it didn't crop in the centre at all. So a lot of that can go, and of course if these two bushes were planted at the same time, this will be another bush that's incredibly old and might be in need of going. The work's going well on the beds down here. We are nearly finished. This is going to be the patio area around here. We're not doing decking anymore, and the other half, that's where the greenhouse is going to be. You can see what's left of the hothouse windows there. I've been clearing out the shed. Goodness knows what we're going to do with this old wood now, in fact. But this is all the stuff that we're beginning to collect from demolishing stuff and things that have been left for us. The cabbages, the green cabbages, are ready, and we're going to harvest 3 of the 4 today, in fact. Look at that. Is that not an absolutely spectacular cabbage? That is the sprouts. Oh, it's got tiny little sprouts on it, finally, because it is in fact way behind where it should be at this point in time, but never mind. The gourds have gone, as I said before. These are the strawberries, and they need separating, dividing into rows and going at least across to the middle path there. This whole area here is has reached its zenith now, and it's going to be dug in shortly. This is the green manure, you'll remember, planted especially. And it's trefoil on this side, and in the far distance you can make out the tares. The leeks are actually sort of ready for harvest now. You can sort of leave them across winter. They're not likely to sort of shrivel up, and they only get bigger, but they are the size. You can see this one down there. That is the size of leeks that you see in shops, actually, so that is perfectly ready to eat. We're still waiting on our purple sprouting broccoli. Some of it has collapsed here and started to sort of regrow up. I think it got a bit tall. Not quite sure what you're supposed to do with it. And finally the Savoy cabbages. Again, you see these are pretty much ready for harvesting, most of them. Down here they're still a little bit small. They never really recovered fully from the attack of those caterpillars, but considering that we did have an attack, and I think we did quite well in recovering, you know, we've got a decent harvest from them. So the bed over there you can see now is also done as well. So it's getting rid of the hothouse, and next week we start deciding what we are going to do in terms of planting and in terms of harvesting for next year. The winter veg at the moment, we've still got our eyes on garlic, but I can't remember, according to the plan, where we're supposed to put that. So, but other than that, that's about it.